This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. It is my favorite day of the week. Oh God, I thought it was Thursday.
It's one day to Thursday.
It feels like a Thursday.
You want the weekend, don't you?
Oh, I'm so excited for the weekend.
I bet a lot of people want the weekend. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. It is me, Hani Balkis, with Omnia Saleh, and we're excited because it's Wednesday, not because it's Thursday.
It's still a day to celebrate,
It's a day to celebrate. You got one more day until the weekend, but also we are celebrating the Apple event that happened last night. Apple did unveil a lot of new Macs, and with their new processors, and even kind of talking about its own ecosystem, how it will be implemented with the new Mac, the new Mac computers. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tell you all about that in a bit.
Yes, indeed. But we're also going to be talking about China's top hacking contest that actually put a lot of our most known browsers into a test. Windows 10, iOS, and Google Chrome have definitely been under fire lately, and we will tell you exactly why.
Yes, indeed. And we're also going to be talking about BMW, and there's a backed impeller thrusted electric wingsuit. Yes, that is the name of that wingsuit, and it goes up to 185 miles per hour. If you're not familiar with miles, I'm going to tell you in simplicity. It's fast.
It is fast. It's pretty fast. But why did this person decide to wear this wingsuit, and where can you go with it? That's definitely something we're going to be discussing in just a few moments. But let's move on to the world of apps, because right here in the UAE, there is one application that has been gaining a lot of traction, and it is one that can make learning Arabic become a fun and easy process. Lots and lots is in store right here on Future Talk, so keep Pulse 95 locked. We'll be right back.
Yes, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen,
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, that is the name of Apple's event that was launched yesterday, November the 10th, where, ladies and gentlemen, Mac or Apple has came out with their new processors and the new Apple event. Now, we're going to tell you what exactly happened yesterday at the Apple event.
Yes.
So, after the credits that were rolled out on Apple's short but sweet One More Thing event Tuesday, we did know two things for sure. Apple isn't hiding any more events in 2020, and the new Macs are very different than the old ones.
Yes, indeed. Now, this is, again, one of the firsts with Apple. Usually, we do look forward to one or two events for Apple, but this year, they actually launched 3 online events so that they can celebrate their different products and give each of them a right to celebrate. But at the same time, they did face a lot of delays because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, this event is historical, and it marks a big milestone in the journey of Apple creating Macbooks as well as smartphones, because since 2005, Apple has actually relied on Intel to make the processors that are basically the basis of every Apple computer, every desktop computer. But today, or starting from yesterday, they have ended this reliance, and they are actually going to be sourcing their very own chips in their computers.
So basically, the processor is the brain of every computer, and Apple has kind of said, no, we don't want to use Intel processors anymore. We want to do our in-house. And this comes back to us talking about how always Apple wants to keep everything in-house, their own ecosystem, their own processors, their own chargers, their own cables, everything Apple wants to do it in-house.
Yeah.
And it is good for them because it is cost efficient as well. Now, as expected, Apple did roll out the new first Macs with Apple Silicon processors. And there was a lot of kind of hype to the new processors, and a lot of people are saying we don't want to buy it as soon as it comes out because there might be a little bit problems. But Apple does say that the M1 chip, which is the new chip, does deliver a 3 times improvement in performance over the prior generation of Macs with the Intel chips. So obviously we're seeing that these new Macs are going to be 3 times more faster. And there's going to be integrated graphics GPU available with that PC. Plus, you do get a 16-core neural engine. And there's a couple of things that I don't want to go too into detail with because it's just huge, big words. But what we know is that it's 3 times faster, 6 times faster GPU, and 15 times faster machine learning.
And especially when it comes to the battery health, which was one of the most important points whenever we're discussing the life of a certain computer or even phone, the new MacBook Pro promises to have up to 20 hours of battery life, which is definitely a big difference chips compared to how the Intel devices were operating. Now, we do know that Apple does manufacture its very own in-house chips for its iPhones, its iPads, and the Apple Watch. But now it also creates all the major parts for its MacBook computer. So that means Apple is completely independent. Now, Apple did also highlight at the event that they are definitely making a huge leap in performance by sourcing their very own chips, but they are also working against other industries that are also competing with their very own chips. Now, the performance of the new chip that they are actually including is not going to be revealed until people actually try it out. We can list all the statistics we want, but once people actually test it out themselves, they'll actually be able to tell how big of a difference it causes.
Now, the first machines to include the new chip are the new MacBook Air, the 13-inch MacBook Pro, and the Mac Mini, all of which feature a near identical design as the models that they will replace. But performance is the obvious change in the game.
Yeah.
Now, Apple does promise up to 3.5 times faster performance, 5 times faster graphics, and even 2 times faster SSD speed compared to the previous generations. And obviously, Omnia, you did bring a good point. Battery life. Battery life is very important. Now, those are impressive numbers, but let's talk about the battery life. Now, it does jump from 15 hours on the MacBook Air, which was 11 hours previously. So we're seeing a 4-hour increase, and 17 hours on the Pro from 10 hours. So we're seeing a 7-hour increase on the MacBook Pro. And you do get the same Retina displays and Magic Keyboards as before. Now, the laptops do have the same price as before, with the Mac Mini getting a $100 price cut from $699.
Now, that's definitely a great added feature, that the price is not going to be jumping, and Apple definitely loves to skyrocket its prices with every new device that is released.
Yeah, and they're cutting the price $100 from the MacBook Mini, the Mac Mini. So it's good news so far. I personally, if I'm looking for a new laptop, I'm not going to buy it right off the bat. I'm going to wait a little bit.
Always,
just because it's not because it's Apple, it's any company that brings something out new. You want to wait a little bit and see the reviews on it. But let's talk about hacking.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about hacking, because China is actually deciding to create its very own hacking contest and putting some of the most known operating systems under fire. We're talking about Windows 10, iOS, Chrome, and many others. And the winning hacker team will actually get to take home about $744,500, as well as...
I don't like that number.
Why not?
Because it's not even.
It's not even.
It's not like, say it's $750,000.
Why not round it to $800,000?
Exactly.
You know? Is that $500?
Not even round it to $800,000. Round it to $45,000. It's $744,500. I don't like the number. But, ladies and gentlemen, hacking is very important, and we do know that there's a lot of hackathons that do happen in China. Omni and I always cover what happens in those hackathons.
Yes, indeed. Now, this one is actually one of the most well-known ones. It's called the Typhoon Cup, and it's China's largest and most prestigious hacking competition, but it also put to test some of the world's biggest software programs. The competition is all about competitors actually trying to hack these softwares, and a lot of you may be wondering, why would you want to hack a software? Why would you pay someone to go ahead and hack it? Well, if you are actually using a hacker with knowledge that they are going ahead to, or they're going to go ahead and hack this software, then you are making sure that whatever bugs they discover, they'll get paid for them as a reward. But at the same time, as a creator of the software, you'll be able to go ahead and fix it. Now, many mature and hard targets have been pawned in this year's contest, and successful exploits were actually confirmed against the following.
Yes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, again, these people are called bounty hunters, by the way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 15 teams of Chinese hackers actually participated in this year's edition. Now, contestants had 3 tries of 5 minutes, so they only had 5 minutes to hack into a selected target with an original exploit. Now, for each successful attack, researchers did receive money rewards that did depend on the target they choose and the vulnerability type. Now, all these exploits were reported to the software providers per the regulations of the contest. Now, I like these hackathons. Number one, it does show that not everyone is safe, and not anyone is safe, and anyone can hack into it. But 5 minutes to hack, that's a record amount of time.
You're definitely right about that. And if you're wondering wondering which softwares were actually exploited and had successful exploits, we're talking about iOS 14 that is running on the iPhone 11 Pro, the Samsung Galaxy S20, Windows 10, the April 2020 edition, which is actually quite surprising, Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Adobe PDF Reader. Who does not use that? VMW Wear, Docker Community Edition, as well as other firmwares that were also under fire. Does that mean they're not good enough softwares to use? Not really, but it just means that there are a few flaws that would need to be fixed.
Yes, let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215 or on Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. And would you buy the new MacBooks? Do you need a new laptop or computer? And would you buy them even though the processors are different? 4215 We're taking a short break, but when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a BMW wingsuit. And ladies and gentlemen,
check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
Growing up, we used to watch Superman and wish we could one day become like him. Flying suits seemed like a part of science fiction, nothing that would exist in real life. But little did we know, in the age of social media and in 2020, this would actually become a reality because there is a new gadget that has been developed by BMW that is actually called the BMW-backed impeller thrusted electric, most importantly, wing suit. So it's literally a suit with wings.
yes. Now, for those who don't know now, obviously BMW is a car maker and makes cars. But when they first started out, they were doing airplane engines.
Yes.
If you guys didn't know that. So now we can see that they're going back to their roots and doing things that consist of flying. Now, this wingsuit can fly at 185 miles an hour. So it's pretty fast. But it is in collaboration with DesignWorks, which is an air sports pioneer, with Peter Salzman. And they designed such a suit using BMW's electric vehicle capabilities. So we're talking about electric as well. So the new suit actually powers the flight, allowing the person who is going to be operating the suit speeds of 186 miles per hour or 300 kilometers per hour. So that is pretty fast. Now, regular wingsuits can only achieve speeds about 100 kilometers per hour. So we're saying a 200 kilometer increase. And I'm looking at this video, and ladies and gentlemen, it looks like something like I think, what do they call it? The flying squirrel.
Yes.
You know flying squirrels?
No, actually, no. Flying squirrels?
Squirrels, yes.
No.
They have like wings.
No way.
Yeah.
I need to see. Is it a cartoon?
No, it's an actual animal.
No,
squirrel.
I've never
it's a
seen
rodent.
it. No,
it
I
has
haven't seen it.
like wings right here.
Oh, okay. So it looks like a bat.
It's a flying squirrel.
Flying squirrels?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that
You've never heard that? I'll show you in a bit. But I mean, it does look like the flying squirrel, and I mean, it's just crazy how we can see technology is adapting.
Yes, indeed. Let's take a look at who actually went ahead to try out the BMW wingsuit. So the person who was basically the testing rat for the suit is a guy called Salzman, and he is actually a professional skydiver, which actually makes sense why he would go ahead and test this suit. But he's all... Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's a flying
I've
squirrel.
seen these squirrels, yeah.
I don't know. Let me see if the
I don't know.
camera's
If you're
gonna pick
tuning
it up.
into our YouTube channel, Pulse 95 Radio, you'll actually get to see what a flying squirrel looks like.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the camera to go back on me so I can show everyone.
Honestly,
It looks like the same
exactly,
thing.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Yeah, I'm showing the viewers right now. That's the flying squirrel.
wingsuit looks exactly like that. But Salzman, who actually tried out the suit, he is a skydiver, a professional skydiver, as well as a base jumper who often employs a wingsuit to be able to raise his glide ratio and to cover a bigger distance whenever he's opening his parachute. So it wasn't too much of an adjustment for him since he does typically do this for a living, but he always had the dream of going further and going faster. And this is exactly what this wingsuit was able to allow him to achieve, because the suit can actually produce thrust for up to 5 minutes and it can fly at about 185 miles per hour.
Yes, now the new suit is powered by a chest-mounted ring and does produce a total input of 15 kilowatts. Now, it's basically on your chest. You're going to have these propellers or I think the thrust on your chest.
It's like a human airplane.
It's like a human airplane, and they go at speeds up to 25,000 RPM. So that is crazy. Your car goes up to 8, I believe. 8, or it depends on the car, but most cars go up to 8,000 RPM. So we're looking at a times 3 difference.
Man.
So
Honestly, I mean, I would love to try it out.
Would you try it out?
I'd love to.
You would.
I would.
Now,
I do have a little bit of a fear of heights, but it's just too cool.
If you have a fear of heights,
a little bit.
You got to be flying.
Just a little bit.
You can't be flying at.
I go zip lining.
So,
I would love this.
So you're gonna have to jump out of a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to jump out of a helicopter and then fly the suit.
Well, the jumping part does sound scary, but the flying is fine.
So you have to jump out of somewhere. You can't just lift off. You have to jump out from a building, a cliff, a helicopter.
Honestly, I mean, for those of you who don't have extreme fear of heights, I would highly suggest you check out the video. But if you
I don't have a fear of heights. I have a fear of dying.
You wouldn't try this out?
I would try it out, but I mean, there's a risk factor here.
There's always a risk factor. Even if you're gonna go skydiving, you're signing your life away, anyways.
It's okay.
I know our music producer, Sama Matar, I think she'd 100% try this out because she has always wanted to try out skydiving. But let us know, 4215 Door to Salat or slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio. Let's keep a tally. Who of you would go ahead and try out this electrified wingsuit? And have you seen the video? It's been all over social media. It's honestly one of the coolest aspects. Yes. To me, it's even better. Which story was the guy who actually tried out flying? Yeah, he was on a jet suit, wasn't it? Like a little mini...
I don't remember.
The jet suit guy.
The one that traveled from country to country?
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but I remember what you're talking about.
It wasn't a wingsuit, though. It was like...
It was a jetpack.
Jetpack,
A jetpack.
yes.
Now, jetpacks,
I'm with. This looks safer.
This looks safer.
Yeah,
jetpacks are safer. Jetpacks you lift from the ground.
But this
You're
one,
jumping out of an airplane. What if it doesn't work?
No, but this one you have two wing-shaped devices on your back, so they actually feel like they're providing more support, more balance.
Let us know 4215 and by the way, Omnia, you're going to have to jump out of a helicopter at 3,000 meters above ground. So
you really don't want me to do it?
It's not that I don't want you to do it, but I'm just telling you.
Let us know what you think. 4215 Door to Salat or slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio. Coming up, we're talking about an application right here in the UAE that will make learning Arabic fun and easy.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
Pulse 95.
What's worth a click and download? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're talking about an app that was launched in the UAE to make learning Arabic fun and easy. Now, we do know right here in the UAE, we have a diverse demographic. We have people of all ages, all sizes, all nationalities, and some of them don't speak Arabic.
Yes.
So why not bring out an app that helps people to learn Arabic?
Yes, indeed. And especially for children and parents who want their children to learn their mother tongue in a very fun and interactive way, we have the perfect app for you. The name of the app is called Arabi, but it's not spelled in the way you spell it in English, but rather it's spelled Arabe. Now, this is a very interesting app because it's based all upon innovation. It was launched specifically for non-native speakers. So if you are from a different country, non-Arab country, and you want to learn the Arabic language, this is perfect for you. And the UAE Ministry of Education has definitely also approved of it. So we're definitely heading on the right track with it. Perfect part about it is that it's very easy to navigate for children as well as adults. So children can actually use it to learn and play at the same time without using any adult supervision. So you can make sure that your kid is accessing good content even if you're not with them at home while using it.
Yes, now the founder of Arabi said the app was developed from the ground up by teachers, parents, and professionals who wanted to make learning Arabic fun and engaging for children. Now, it does offer a variety of activities from including fun videos, sing-along songs, interactive games, and even digital books. Now, Omnia did say the app is very easy to navigate, and I think that it's very important how we're looking at technology and apps for the educational reasons.
Yeah.
Now, what was entertainment?
Edutainment.
Edutainment, that's
so
the word.
Education with entertainment merged together.
Yes, education and entertainment merged together is a very kind of attractive way to children to play games. Now, if you see any child right now, they probably have an iPad or a small phone to play 100%. Around with. And some even have laptops now. So when they have this kind of game that is fun and interactive and helps them learn Arabic and learn something in general, it is you're more inclined for them to stay and continue. So I personally, if I had children, I would let them play Arabi.
Absolutely. But for those of you who are wondering where can you download this app, it's actually available for both Android users as well as Apple users because you can find it on the Google Play Store as well as the iOS App Store. the reason why the founders of Arabi actually decided to create the app is because we tend to see, especially in today's day and age, a lot of children actually struggle to learn the Arabic language,
Yes.
which is pretty sad since in a lot of the times it is their mother tongue. But since it was it was bringing a lot of concerns from parents, they decided to basically create like a bridge between learning Arabic and having fun. Since a lot of the times, especially children, they tend to associate learning Arabic with it being difficult, with it including a lot of important...
It's a tough language.
It's not an easy language.
It's not an easy language
but
to
it's a
learn.
very rich one.
It's a rich language. It's a rich language. It's not very easy to learn, but I mean, even when it comes to poetry, now it's very well known that if you bring English poetry and Arabic poetry in comparison, Arabic poetry has more meaning to it, and it does have a deeper feeling. And not anyone can write Arabic poetry.
True.
With English poetry,
Anyone
can
can become a poet.
Anyone
Anyone.
can become a poet. But with Arabic, you do have to be very literate and know your words, because in the Arabic language, one word can mean 10 different things. So that just puts things into perspective about how complex the Arabic language is. Now, I personally, I love the Arabic language. I love how some words can mean different things. And
A single word can have so many meanings.
So many meanings, especially even when it comes to their music as well, the Arabic music. I mean, you'd listen to a song, and the first time you listen to it, you'll have a meaning. The second time, a different meaning. The third time, a fourth meaning. So it just shows you how important it is to kind of learn Arabic more if you're a native speaker, because even myself, I have some friends who are very fluent in Arabic. They know Arabic at the top of their tongue, and this is their native and mother language, but they did have trouble in school reading Arabic and writing Arabic. And there's something that I do believe that every Arabic speaker, anyone who learned Arabic in school or was taught Arabic in school, and nahu. And nahu, I remember in the 12th grade,
Same.
everyone had a problem with nahu.
Oh yes, it's definitely one of the toughest parts of the Arabic language.
Yes.
But if you're worried about your children not communicating with their friends or even with you as a parent in Arabic, Arabi is the perfect app for you, because it can definitely teach them how to converse in Arabic, how to have full-on conversations with their friends, and it is done in a very easy and fun way. As we mentioned, there's a lot of activities on the app. There's different sing-along songs that they can actually learn how to converse in Arabic using, and the app is very easy to find and download. All you have to do is look up ARABEE on the App Store.
Yes, and again, we are the Tech Show, so we're going to talk about how technology is changing the way we even learn as well. Now, we do know that we're all doing we were doing distant learning, but technology in general, especially with games, because kids nowadays, all they want to do is play games. I was a kid, and I wanted to play games all the time. I didn't have this wide range of variety of educational games, but at the same time, nowadays everyone has access to an iPad, a computer, or whatever. So children playing these games to learn is super important, and it does kind of use it does use their brain. It doesn't kind of use their brain. It does use their brain, and it's good with their mechanical skills as well.
Yes. Fast
reaction times. Let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215 door slots, or on Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. If you had a child, would you let them use Arabi?
And do you struggle? Do you find your children struggling with learning Arabic?
Yeah.
And will you go ahead and check it out? Our text lines are open, 4215. Do or Itisalat or slide into our DMs at Pulse95 Radio.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
What's worth a click and download, ladies and gentlemen? Now we're talking about prepaid due. Itisalat customers can also get recharges on Amazon. Yes, we're looking at recharging your phone or your bill on Amazon. Can you imagine that?
Now, this definitely sounds like a dream come true, especially living right here in the UAE, because it's like hitting two birds with one stone. So as a UAE resident, you can go ahead and use Amazon to get mobile recharges for any of your prepaid connections. Now, I highly recommend everyone getting a prepaid connection, because that just gives you more minutes for the money you are paying. But Amazon.ae actually announced this brand new innovative feature called mobile recharges today. So you're getting the news fresh and hot, and they're offering all their customers that have prepaid numbers from Itisalat and Du the ability to go ahead and top up their credit directly on the Amazon shopping app or on Amazon.ae through the desktop or their mobile web browser.
Yes, it is developed to ensure quick and easy payment methods. Now, the mobile recharges feature is available in English and Arabic on Amazon.ae. Now, customers who do wish to use the service will be required to select the mobile recharge option from the menu at Amazon.ae. They will then need to enter their mobile number and complete transactions electronically via their debit card or credit card or with an Amazon gift card. Now, when recharging on behalf of a friend or family members, customers can also enter the phone number and enter the desired recharge amount. So you can give someone some credit.
And I love it because you're actually getting more for your the money that you're paying. Now, the introduction of mobile recharges on Amazon.ae is definitely one of the features that we've increasingly been seeing with different platforms. The concept of cashback. So you're basically paying for a service, but also getting some credit that you can use within the app or the website itself. And who of us does not use Amazon or requires more credit on Amazon?
Yes, indeed. 100% correct, Omnia. Now, what I like is that how Etisalat and Du actually reached out to Amazon, or I think maybe Amazon reached out to them.
But collaboration.
But it just goes to show how important Amazon is becoming in our daily and day-to-day lives, because we do know if you want to recharge, Omnia, you'll go to the supermarket, to Carrefour, whatever place that does provide these recharges. But now you're seeing that Amazon is the go-to place as well. And don't forget that Amazon sells cereal, it sells food, it sells basically whatever you want it to sell. So it just shows how important Amazon is becoming. And again, Amazon is the way.
It is the way, and it's definitely one of the easiest ways to do retail therapy, because especially during the night, whenever you're just bored out of your mind, you'll find your thumbs immediately typing out any of the online shopping platforms, but more specifically Amazon. And Hani, you can definitely tell us a little bit about your experiences with buying online from Amazon.
Buying. I buy a lot of impulsive things on Amazon.
Kindle was the latest.
Kindle was I got a good offer for it, so no regrets. No
Prime
regrets.
Day.
I did buy it on Prime Day, but ladies and gentlemen, let us know. 4215 slot or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Would you recharge via Amazon? I would not.
You wouldn't?
No, I have postpaid.
Oh,
I pay a monthly every month.
Yeah, I have postpaid. I was recommending postpaid. I think I said prepaid.
Yeah, you said prepaid.
Yeah, I recommend everyone to do postpaid because you're getting more for the value that you're paying.
Yeah, I did postpaid. I set a limit. I think it's 100 dirhams a month to go over. And I just use it like that. I mean, it's quick, it's simple. You have a set amount
of minutes.
And every month, Etisalat will take from my bank account whatever amount I owe. So for me, it's less of a hassle. But some people, they like to have prepaid. Depends. Do you like prepaid or do you not like prepaid? Do you like postpaid?
Some people find the benefit with prepaid that they're actually controlling how many phone calls that they're doing, especially because they have to constantly recharge. Let us know your thoughts. Our text lines are open, 4215 do Etisalat, or slide into our DMs at Pulse95 Radio. We do want to remind you that the Sharjah International Book Fair is still ongoing. 3 days to go, and you can definitely catch our three favorite presenters, Aisha Al-Mazmi, Ali Al-Hazami, and Ahmed Dawood at the Sharjah International Book Fair from 10 to 11 a.m. But we cannot forget about our fourth favorite presenter, Omar Al-Douri.
Don't try that. You said your three favorite presenters
at the Sharjah International Book Fair.
Don't try it.
International Book Fair.
You two are made for each other. Honestly, you guys are definitely a dynamic duo.
He backs me up. See?
But our favorite presenter at 3 p.m.
See?
There's no one else at 3 p.m.
In the Pulse 95 studios. Is there anyone else?
All right, okay, guys. I'm not going to give you more grief. I'll tell you now, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see your faces. And today on the show, I will be focusing on... the question of the day is, how do you focus solely on a game without bringing personal issues to the field or court and let it influence your performance or mindset? So if something is happening in your day and then you go and perform on the pitch or you go perform in the sport that you love, how do you restrict that from entering into your game?
You see, this is why I love the halftime show. Yeah. It's not only on football.
Gives you curveballs.
and you can always relate it to your day-to-day life. So
yeah.
For someone who doesn't necessarily always get the deep sports, you can still tune in.
Absolutely.
3 p.m. It is going to be kicking off in just a few moments. Hani and I will see you once again, same time, same place tomorrow from 2 to 3 p.m.
Right here only on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.